May not, man. Back at you again with another one. Today I have some awesome news, some great news. Your boy Debo Samuel is back, baby. I kind of already knew he was gonna pull through when we got the initial reports that it wasn't a fracture in a bone. I'm like, yeah, it's a great chance he's gonna play. And then like the next day, he was like kind of running around practice. And then today was a full go. He's all the way back. You know, he rehabbed that shoulder real quick. You know what I mean? I'm glad he's back and whatnot. But hey, me personally, I think we could have just destroyed the Lions even without Debo. But with Debo in there, I really don't give him a chance. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even trying to be disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? But it's not going to be the same game, man. It's not even going to be the same game because initially they tried to seem like, oh, the Packers was like right there neck and neck and they really had a strong chance of knocking us off. But after watching some of the film and seeing like, you know what I'm saying, they was getting super lucky, bro. Like I ain't never seen no team get this lucky. A lot of the Packers catches downfield where Jordan Love seemed like he was balling out and stuff, it's because our defenders was slipping on the field. The field was slippery as hell. Ward slipped and fell. Drake Greenlaw slipped and fell. And then they had a couple of passes for some PIs that put them in scoring range. Our special teams had a collapse and they played bad in the rain. So our defense was playing bad in the rain. Our offense was playing bad in the rain. And our special teams was playing bad in the rain. And we still overcame all that. And we had injuries. And we still beat the Packers, who blew the Cowboys out 48 to whatever. You know, a lot of them Cowboys points came in garbage time, so I won't even count that as, you know what I'm saying, like, yeah, they got blown out. Cowboys got blown out by the Packers, and the Packers shouldn't even made it as close as they did against the 49ers. So heck of a season to the Packers. I ain't trying to disrespect y'all, but they keep trying to use y'all to bring my boy Brock Purdy down. He had one hell of a game. People was on TV saying he played bad for 3 quarters.
Brock Purdy for 3.5 quarters was the worst player on the field.
Oh, don't do that.
I'm like, wait a minute. Did y'all not see that second quarter drive that Brock Purdy put together where he threw the best pass of the whole entire game? Like, that pass to Kittle on a run in the rain, and the guy who was guarding Kittle was covering him like a blanket. He was like right on his tail. They was running like step and step. Like Kittle did have a step over him, and that was a tight, I wouldn't say a tight one to throw it in because it wasn't no defenders on the other side, but that was a hell of a pass in coverage. Jordan Love passes was all, these receivers are just wide open because it's either a blown coverage or our defender slip. So you know what? I don't even give the Packers all that much credit. And Jordan Love really, even with them slippages and the PIs, Jordan Love still didn't have the same amount of yards as Brock Purdy. And he had threw 2 picks. And Jordan Love should have threw 2 other picks. So they put this thing on Purdy where he should have thrown 2 picks. Well, you could put that same thing on Jordan Love. It's just Brock Purdy's was like a little more obvious and a little more of a bad read. But Jordan Love couldn't even hit a damn check down. That's why he got picked off the first time, because it was a simple check down route. So it's like, what? He's a better quarterback than Brock, but can't even hit a simple check down? He threw it way behind the receiver coming across, and it got picked off because the receiver tried to make a play on the ball and reached back for it and tipped up in the air. You know what I mean? That was on Jordan Love. But it's all good. It's all good. They want to head on Brock. They want to bring my boy Brock down. They looking for any excuse to get at him. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, it's Brock Purdy versus the world right now, man. And with Debo coming back, I really don't get the Lions a chance because this is the same Lions team who lost to the Packers in the regular season, granted. But, you know, Lions was still fighting for their playoff seeds and whatnot. Like, they were still actually playing to win and stuff, and the Packers knocked them off. So I feel great, you know what I'm saying? It's not always good to, like, look at common opponent and gauge how this game is going to go based off of that, but I'm feeling pretty comfortable in this game. Like, you know what I'm saying? This game don't give me no type of heebie-jeebies or nothing like that, but it is the playoffs. Like I said before, anything bad that can happen will happen. So, hey, man, we got to prepare as best as possible. We got to take this game ultra serious. We can't get the Lions nothing, man. We got to keep our foot on their necks. If we take a lead, maintain a lead. Do whatever. Hey, Kyle, run it up, man. Run it up. Just like the Packers had ran it up on the Cowboys. We got to run it up. If we get up, stay up. Don't do none of that conservative stuff. I don't want to hear none of that conservative. whatever this code you think you gotta live by where you don't want to embarrass the other team, scrap that. Throw that out the window. You know what I mean? If it's the fourth quarter and it's late in the fourth quarter, then play conservative. If it's the third quarter and we got a nice, comfortable lead, 2 or 3 touchdowns or whatever, keep playing like we down. I want to keep playing like we down till it's like 5 minutes left and it's almost a 95% guarantee they ain't coming back. Shut the door on them. Shut the door on them. Like, don't let up. Don't play conservative. Keep our foot on the gas. And gonna come out this game all right because that Lions offense can get going. They probably could score real fast if they needed to. I've seen teams score hecka fast in the playoffs, like Kansas City scored on Buffalo in the playoffs. Not this season, but like a couple of seasons back or whatever. They scored super fast to freaking win a game and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? So like, man, anything can happen, bro. You want to leave the margin for our error as low as possible. Close these guys out. If we get the lead, take off. If we playing from behind, play harder, scheme harder. I don't see us going down, but because the Lions defense is not all that. That's the reason why I give us the edge. The Lions defense, Brock Purdy, it's chow time, brother. All hands are on deck and it's all gold. Pedal to the metal. Hit who you got to hit. Take what the defense going to give you because you know the defense going to give you something. Don't overcomplicate it. Don't try to force that big play downfield. You know, it might look tempting. It might look juicy. You know what I'm saying? If it's there, take it. Pull the trigger. You know what I'm saying? Have that confidence. I ain't trying to take no confidence out you because you played great on last game based on the conditions and the whole team just playing awful that game. He did his thing. Go ahead. I put all my trust and faith in Brock Purdy. Whatever decision you want to make, you trust your instincts. You go for it. You know what I mean? Don't second guess yourself. Make it happen, man. We got Debo out there. We got Kittle out there. We got Ayuk out there. We got Jawan Jennings out there. We gonna make something shake, bro. And we got CMC in the backfield. We might even have Elijah Mitchell show up big in this game too. You know what I mean? I ain't counting bro out. I still see you, brother. Mason, you too, man. So, hey, we gonna make this happen, bro. I'm thinking like it's gonna be even worse. It's gonna be even worse than my initial prediction. I'm like, no. I think we're gonna come away with it, but you feel me? Because Debo was out. Even with Debo out, I think we're gonna win. With Debo in, we're gonna super win. So this greatly increases our odds to win, but it's still really no guarantee because it is the NFL. Anything can happen. So you know what? Kyle, I know you're gonna come through with a great game plan and make something shake, bro. We got this. This is our year. We definitely going to the Super Bowl. These Lions, they had a nice story. They did great this season, but all that is done with. All that Cinderella story stuff and coming from nothing and all these years of being bad and now we're good stuff. All right, y'all had y'all moment. You know what I'm saying? That's over with. Out of here with that. You know what I mean? It's a cute story. You know what I'm saying? It's still a great story even if y'all lose to us. You know what I mean? Like, this is still a great story and still great to build on for seasons to come. So I think the Lions are going to be just fine after they lose this game. You know what I mean? Ain't going to be no disrespecting or no slandering of the Lions. And actually all the hate and everything is going to come to the 49ers because no matter how we win, Brock is going to be unfairly criticized. If we win big, they're going to be like, well, we don't know because it's Kyle Shanahan drawing up the schemes and it's the other players out there executing and Brock is only throwing like 2-yard passes that just break for 100 yards and all this stupid garbage. You know what I mean? Even though he had the most passing yards. But it's all yak. It's all yak. Let them tell it. Every catch is just all yak. Every one of Brock throws is behind the line of scrimmage and everything is just yak. That's the narrative they want to run with. Go ahead. Have at it, man. Have at it. As long as we take care of business, they can say what they want. They can have whatever opinion in their head that they want. It's not in agreement with reality. They can have it in their mind. It's their mind. They're entitled to their opinion. Let them do their thing. Let them feel how they want to feel. Let them try to justify Brock's greatness however they want to. But in reality, he is a quarterback in back-to-back NFC chip. He is a quarterback VP conversation. Second year in the league. To me, it's still kind of his first because this is his first full season. You know what I mean? So he's still kind of rookie-ish to me, you know what I'm saying? So, like, not technically a rookie, but still kind of a rookie because he came in mid-season last season. And he did a hell of a job. Like, the Niners didn't miss a beat. We started off kind of trash with Trey Lance, like, what the hell? And then Jimmy G, he was balling. Jimmy G was balling. And then Brock came in and was balling even harder than Jimmy G. They want to try to use Jimmy G's name to, like, try to stigmatize Brock as in, oh, if Jimmy G was successful in this system and we deem him as a terrible quarterback, then Brock Purdy is under that same type of thing, but he could just play a tad bit better. That's how they view Brock. Brock is going to destroy that narrative this season. I can't wait to see what they say next about it. It is kind of a slight because Jimmy G did great here, and then he went to Las Vegas and was just not as good, but every system is different. Every scheme is different. Different coaches, different players, different everything. So it probably took him a while, but Jimmy G was successful in 2 different offenses, one under Belichick and one with Kyle Shanahan. Because, like, remember, he played for the Patriots and did a great job winning games when Tom Brady went down. He came to the 49ers and had a 5-game win streak off the back when the Niners was a terrible team that season. I think that was the 2017 season, and we was just awful. And then he came in late. We was already out the playoffs by the time he got here, and he went on a 5-game win streak. Even though we had no shot at the playoffs, he still was balling out. And then we've been balling with Jimmy G ever since. So, like, yeah, he came and turned our whole organization around. This narrative that you could just plug in whatever type of quarterback you want in this system and then they just go automatically succeed is cap, because we had other quarterbacks in this system besides Brock Purdy and besides Jimmy Garoppolo, who was straight trash. So don't give me that. We had Nick Mullins in there. We had CJ Beathard in there. We had Trey Lance in there. And whatever the quarterback, Johnson or whatever his name, he only had like a short minor stint. But you seen how he looked. And he barely got any snaps. Terrible. So this notion or this narrative that you could just put whoever, whatever big name you want to think of, and just throw them in there, and then they're going to be automatically successful because they got all these weapons, is straight cap. That's not real. That's not within the realms of reality. But if that's how they choose to view it, to try to justify why these other quarterbacks is better than Brock, then have at it. Congratulations. You played yourself. But you know what? It's all good. The story's not finished yet. We still in chapter 7 out of a 10 chapter story. Let it play out. That's what I'm going to do. I'm gonna fall back. I'm gonna hear them all out, you know what I'm saying, and try to gauge with where they're coming from and the logic behind their thinking. But it's all based in their own biases and who they think or who their favorite quarterback is, and they're matching Brock Purdy up. They're like, oh, he doesn't deserve the accolade or the credit for the success because they had success for Brock. And I think that this other quarterback on whatever team, they deserve the credit that Brock is getting or whatever. Or I don't know how they're trying to put it. I really don't know, because first they were saying, oh, the 49ers wouldn't be as successful without their defense, and their defense is super good and carrying the team. Meanwhile, the Ravens have one of the greatest defenses, and the Chiefs have one of the greatest defenses. But I've never heard nobody say, oh, Lamar is not that good because he has a great defense, or Patrick Mahomes might not be all that because he has a great defense carrying him. Like, you never hear that type of narrative. They live within their own bias, and it's all good. It's all good. We're all human. We all have a right and entitled to whatever opinion we want to have. If somebody want to think Brock Purdy is the most garbage quarterback and the most overachieving quarterback and the most undeserving quarterback, then go ahead and feel that way. But that's not the reality of the situation. It's just inside your own mind, and it's all good because Brock is making people believers this season. I be seeing the videos that these commentators post, and I read all them comments of a lot of the people is disagreeing, man. So it's like they could say whatever they want, but they not fooling nobody, and the people are not being swayed with what they're putting out there or the things that they think of. We agree to disagree. Let's leave it at that. That's pretty good. You know what I mean? I think Brock Purdy is great. The number says he's great. The tape says he's great. The wins say he's great. But you know what? They think he's not great because of a few plays of bad play or whatever. Like other quarterbacks in the league having similar plays. Like name one quarterback in the NFL who hasn't almost thrown a pick or who got away with pass that should have been picked off not being picked off. I've seen Pat Mahomes throw balls in the dirt. I've seen Lamar Jackson do similar things, have bad plays, taking safeties. It's all good. It's all good because when they mess up, it's just whatever. They play great later on. They expect him to be absolutely perfect 100% of the time, and it's not realistic. It's a fucking national NFL, bro. You going against pro defenders who do this stuff for a living. This is their livelihood on the line. So that, you know what I'm saying, they got to make something shake from time to time too. It's not going to be, oh, just 100%. You hit every single one of your passes, and pressure's not going to be in your face from some time to time. And you and the receivers is not going to be on the same page from time to time. Like, stuff happens out there. So you got to contextualize all your criticism. You can't just be like, oh, he had a bad play here, and we're going to take this bit right here, this bad drive, or this bad play, or this bad moment in the game, and we gonna blow that up, and that's just who Brock Purdy is right there. That's it right there. We pinpointed it. We got him. He had a bad play. Not the great plays, though. Not the comeback drive, not the second quarter drive that people don't want to just overlook and say he was terrible for 3 quarters. Did they not see the second quarter? How did we go up? How did we take the lead in the second quarter if Brock didn't play good? I don't know. I don't know the answer to this question. I don't know. It's a rhetorical question, yeah. But you know what I'm saying? You can answer it however you feel like. Yeah, Lions was going down. I don't give them no chance. No chance. First I gave them like maybe a punch. I don't give them no chance. I don't give them no chance. No. Sam Darnold could be 10, you know what I mean? That's how bad their defense is. So they offense gotta go super turned up. And you know what? Maybe their offense might score here and there, but I don't think the Lions offense is gonna score enough points to outpace the 49ers offense and what they gonna put up on the Lions defense. So it's like, oh, our offenses are equal, but our defenses ain't equal, and that's gonna be the edge. The defense ain't even gotta be perfect. They just gotta get a few stops. The offense gonna handle business. We got Debo out there. We got you know the roster. You know them boys is coming to play. I didn't even mention Juice Check. Shout out Juice Check. Another Pro Bowl. Man, he might have a big game. Anybody could go off on these lines. I ain't worried. This is like the weakest defense left in the whole entire playoffs. Everybody defense is good except for these Lions defense. So I really don't give them a shot. If they happen to win and prove me wrong, that hey, laugh at me. Go ahead, clip me out. Roast me, do whatever. Hey, I'm welcome them all criticism, and I can admit when I was wrong. I'm like, okay, all the evidence and all the things that I believe had me thinking the game's gonna go this way, but it ended up going that way. But I don't see that happening. You know what I'm saying? I'm very confident in this game. Even if we win by a field goal, we still win, and we still going to the Super Bowl, and I'm still gonna be happy with that. I'm not gonna look back on the win and be like, oh man, that was bad. You know what I mean? I love my team. Win, lose, or draw. I don't care. And if we win by 1 point, 3 points, 7 points, 10 points, 20 points, a win is a win is a win.